Hi. Hi. Yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah, I'm not funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't think today is funny. I don't think that yesterday was funny, or the day before, or the past little while has been funny, actually. And I'm usually a pretty funny person. Anyway, I am just doing a follow up on that whole thing that went down with Mike and I and the credit cards. Hmm. So doesn't a little bitch win the dispute? Aw, Mikey, did you get back your $1,300? Is your mom able to go shopping now? Like, give me a break. It's sickening. Okay, y'all sick. Okay, this is a guy that has absolutely screwed up our entire relationship, screwed up our entire plans for the future, screwed up everything. Right? Accused me of everything under the sun that I haven't done, right? Accuses me of all these things. And because I stand up for myself, right? I am the piece of shit, right? And I'm sure in his family's eyes, because any family that's worth their salt, right, would not have taken $7,000 from a woman, okay? From a woman who's got a child that actually whose money was his, to be honest. We had put some money away and we invested it in an idea that Mike had. It was to pay back a debt to his stepdad, and I was supposed to get some stuff in return. And anyways, I didn't get anything in return. In fact, I had dished out more money and more car repairs and all of these things that I paid for. How does he look at himself in the mirror? How do his parents look at themselves in the mirror? Like, these are people that have bought and paid houses, bought and paid cars, everything. And Julian and I we're basically on the street. Okay, and I rented this goddamn apartment because Mike asked me to. And then the money that we paid for the rent off his credit cards, okay, he disputed it, and now I'm on the hook to pay for it. Not only do I have to pay the $1,400, but now they're taking away my payment processor that's cost me $400 as well. So there's another $1,800. Did you want to add that to that more, Karen Bennett and Mike Archambault and Herb, the stepdad? I don't know his last name and I don't care. Like, did you guys want to add more to me? Does it make you feel nice that you allow your son to annihilate women the way he does? Like, he goes into their lives and then screws them over? Like, and you helped him do it because you were asking me for money when he was in prison. Yeah, you did. And you keep bailing him out every time he assaults me. So, kind of cool, right? Anyway, you know what? I'm not done with any of you. I'm really not. You see, I am, and I'm staying put. So, y'all know where I live. You want to come and visit and talk about it? That's not an issue because I will be bringing the rest of Mike's stuff out of my house and onto your lawn or wherever it is that there's space. I'm not keeping it at my house. And yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so because you know what? I'm going to say this, right? As much as people have tried to break me this year, as much as I just had a house guest, and that's another video that was here for 2 weeks that I helped out, rest up my house, crap all over the place, just disgusting. Okay. He watched me make these videos. Well, he knew about them. I showed him the videos, and yet they all want to be internet famous. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But I am going to make some videos about positive things as well. I will do videos when something positive happens, and I will be shouting out to the people who have been positive in my life. And yeah, I just wanted to say that well, cheers to the family. Okay, cheers to the Archambaults and the Bennetts and whatever. Cheers to you, right, for screwing me over. And yeah, it feels good, right? It's okay because you know what feels good for me. What feels good for me is knowing that in the next little while, that even if I don't decide to take a civil action suit, like even if I don't, right? Even if I don't take that suit, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because you know what? I will never starve, and neither will my child. Okay. He'll be, working as well. I'm back to work, and we're not going to starve. I mean, we're not going to have, we're not Rockefellers. We're going to have a shit ton of money, but we're not going to starve, right? So you want to keep that money because you guys are just what, starving? Because yeah, y'all ain't starving. You're really not. I mean, like, yeah, you're not starving. You can tell that you're not. So I don't know. Does it feel nice to just takes things from people. And why? Because why, Karen? Why do you hate me so much? Why, Jay? Why was it such a big deal for me to tell you that your son was assaulting me, doing all these things? Why was it? How was it not a concern when your son is saying that he's going to kill me and himself? Right now, all of a sudden, okay, when he gets out of prison, oh, you can't have contact with him. Why? He contacted me up until the 2 weeks before he went out, or a week and a half. He was still contacting me, but you couldn't let me know the day he got out because we weren't supposed to have contact. See, that right there, right, makes no sense to me. Because if he's calling me from prison on a recorded line while he's not supposed to have contact with me, what the fuck would be the difference? Why would you think that if I didn't rat him off for contacts the whole time he was there, okay, and the whole time he was calling and having his fucking prisoners and whoever the hell else have call me, right? Why would you think that on the day that he was getting out that I'd have him ratted off? Why? Because y'all took him drinking and patted him on the back? Yeah, next time hit her harder. You know, I gotta tell you, you have a daughter. You have a daughter. Yeah. Let something happen to her with a guy and see how you feel. How does it make you feel if your daughter was getting slammed in the wall with her head when she already had a concussion and got another one? I wonder how what it would feel to know that because of both those head injuries that both your son is responsible for, right? One of them he's partially responsible for, the other one he's 100% responsible for. Um, how do you think that like how would you feel if I told you because of that now I'm having issues? But I guess that doesn't matter because it's not your fault, right? It's not your fault. It's not your problem, and it's not your concern, right? Because I'm just somebody else's daughter, not yours, right? My mom doesn't deserve to be happy that her daughter's doing well. No, my mom needs to know that her daughter's been kicked around and called every name in the book, disrespected. Yeah, all for what? All for what? Because I made too much money and your son was jealous? I shared every last bit of it with him. In fact, I overly shared. And now I'm stuck with more payments that I'd like to think about. So I was just wondering if everybody on my Facebook could do me a favor, right? I don't think anybody will, but yeah, well, maybe I'll ask you all privately. But I think they should have I think everybody should Facebook them. Facebook them and ask them why the hell they're keeping my money. Why can't I get paid back? Is there any reason why the stepdad can't take out a loan to give me back my money since he took out a loan to give it to him in the first place? Why can't I have it back? I never got what I was supposed to get for that money, and I was supposed to get paid back. So, what do we do here? Like, what do we do in this situation? I'm not just going to walk away. See, this is the thing, right? Is that my whole life, I've always just walked away. Somebody did something to me, I'm just like, whatever. I mean, it's a tough bitch that everybody thinks I am, and whatever I was in Toronto or whatever. Yeah, I slap people around, sure. Who hasn't? We've all gotten into fistfights. But for the most part, anybody that did anything to me or was rude to me or I felt that was like, whoa, right? I just walked away. I just said, okay, cool, whatever. Shake the dust off my shoe. No, that ain't happening now. No. See, I'm going to compile a list. I need a list, and I need, and I'm going to write beside that list, like everything that comes with that list, right? So we're going to have Mike, owes me money, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not retribution for hitting me. It's okay. I got that already. Okay, I got that. So, okay, I defended myself, and well, he got a little bit of payback, right? So that was just a little bit, but I want my money. You see, I want my money because I am sick and tired of men thinking that they can fool me into borrowing money and doing all these things and then not paying it back. You see, I believed Mike. It wasn't, oh, I love him and I'm going to pay him. No, it was actually a business transaction, and I believed him based on some of the things that I saw. But because, again, I was fresh out of surgery and I was desperate to have the superintendent there and he was taking the job and we're doing all of these things, that I chose to believe him. And I don't care if it's my fault for believing him. You don't victim shame, okay? You don't get to victim shame me for doing something for somebody and then them screwing me over. I should have been smarter. I should have been this. I should have been that. So at what point in a relationship, okay, or whether it be at the beginning, the middle, or the end, or whatever, it doesn't matter when I would have done it, I would have got the same response. You shouldn't have done it. Oh, you're right. So we're not supposed to trust our boyfriends or girlfriends that are, giving, we're not supposed to trust these people, right? We're supposed to go in, we're already up in arms. Bullshit. Okay. If somebody makes a promise to you, right? And they've done it, they followed through with a lot of these promises, and all of a sudden now they don't. No, it shouldn't be me. It's on him. Because for two reasons. A, because he promised it, and two, because he's a fucking man. Okay, he's supposed to be anyway. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to put some thought into this. But again, the credit card thing is gonna not be ruled. It has not been ruled in my favor, and we all know it's not has nothing to do with that I scammed him. It has to do with the credit cards have insurance. If you lose your Mastercard tomorrow and some moron uses it, or you even write it yourself and then say, "Oh, I don't recognize that transaction," like the fuck you don't. Like the fuck you don't recognize that transaction. I told you. But you had to fight back because, oh my God, I got charged again for putting my hands on Diana. I should be able to freely slap her around or push her or grab her by her shoulders and give her bruises because, she's 5'3" and I'm kind of a strong guy and I think she deserves it. Yeah. Amazing. A 41-year-old man putting his hands on a 53-year-old woman and like basically like just like I was a guy. You just wanted to fight me like I was a man, didn't you? Well, it's probably because I'm more manly than you are. Maybe my female or my male energy is stressing you out because, well, somebody has to do something to advance our lives. All you wanted to do was tell me what to do, but you didn't even know what you were doing or telling me what to do. No, you didn't. You didn't give me the freedom to breathe. You didn't give me the freedom to do anything. And now you're running around. And by the way, you were seen by my store. You're not supposed to be within a certain amount of feet or whatever of my apartment, but you were there anyway, weren't you? Did your mom know about that? Oh, sorry, Herb, who's your surety? Yeah, there's a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, when I had to bring someone into town because they were here to support my son, which that's another story. Again, another video. Yeah, so far, all of you guys that are from my past that I've ever been romantically tied to, y'all suck. You're all suck because you know what? You walk into my life asking me favors as a friend or telling me that you're my friend or we're never going to not be friends, right? And you blow it and you do the opposite. Yeah, you guys can't even be friends with me. You walk in here and try to talk to me like I'm your girl or something. I'm not nobody's girl and I never will be. Never again. Nope, I doubt that I will ever date again because between Matthew, my first husband, and Mike, this one, I have sworn off men. Yep, I sure have because you know what? They were the two worst narcissistic, borderline. Mike is borderline for sure, but Matthew's narcissistic. And he showed me that very well when he showed up here to support Julian and when I had said to him, yeah, it's not working out here. Oh no, no, no. You disrespect me in my home. And you do it in front of a bunch of people that really don't mean anything to me. But the point is that you had the nerve to come into my bedroom, start a riot with me, and when I raised my voice to basically ward your bad energy off because you're driving me nuts. Oh, she's screaming. Yeah, and you ran the other way. Look, we all know why you did. So, anyways, that's another video. I've already done that. I've done that video. I just have to post it. But you see when I get stressed, look at my eyes. I'm about to pass out, right? Because whenever I get stressed, I don't know what my brain does, but it shuts me down. It shuts me down because I can't even think of why anybody would want to put me through what I've been put through in the last little bit. I just can't think of it. I can't think of why a mother why a mother would do that. If my son had done half the things to me that he did to anyways, I can't even breathe. I'm gonna go because I feel like I'm gonna faint. Really, I do. I'm not well, and I I'm just beside myself. Really, I beside myself because the people that I thought in my life were going to be solid and cool and whatever have turned out to be the worst people that don't live by any code at all. There's no morals there, let alone a code. Okay, I'll tell you that. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care because every dog has their day. And one day I will run into you, Mike, and you will have to be accountable for what you've done, because I have not fully made up my mind yet on what I'm going to do about the other things, but I'm pretty leaning towards letting the police know a few more things. Okay, I don't care. That makes me a rat. Good. Squeaky, squeaky, nee, nee, nee. Yeah. It doesn't make me a rat when a man puts his hands on a woman. When you're threatening me, you did all these things to me, and in civil court, I hope I get a judgment. I really do, because I will parade tons of witnesses. I'm just tired of it. So tired. So tired that I'm paying that bed that we got together. I'm paying that on payments. How do I go after you for payments? Because I'm going to have to go to court. So Monday, be prepared. You're going to be served. And if you're not in your residence, your principal place of residence, because you're on house arrest, well, what will happen then? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, this is exactly the things that you do to me behind closed doors that nobody gets. Getting the parrot to scream a whore, slut, and a cunt, and what are you doing in that room or whatever? Like, this is sick. Okay, it is a very sick existence for him. And whatever toy parrot you had that day that was doing that, or whatever the fuck it was, you need help, buddy. You really, really do. Nobody does these things. They don't. They usually honor their bills, and they usually don't make a woman do it all. And so far, you fucking well did. And don't say, oh, it's because he's on drugs or he's on house arrest or what. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. That has no reason for him to act the way that he does. Because he is the same way off drugs as he is on drugs. All right? It's on a creepy level. All right? Because when you're not on drugs and you're acting that way, is absolutely creepy. Okay, I gotta go because my eyes are literally shutting. I gotta close them for a little bit. It's like some form of narcolepsy or whatever the hell it is that as soon as my brain gets stressed, it shuts down. And I can barely speak. So, again, I'm going to go and try to piece together a small video of no, actually, no, never mind. All right, you see how I am? I'm even falling asleep on camera. Okay, yeah, that's the follow-up, and every scumbag has their day. Oh, now I don't even know how to get